Hi everybody, I am Laura and welcome back to Confident Notions. So for those of you who are new here, which are several of you, just tens of you, so I usually do a lot of Dollar Tree haul videos. Today, that is not what you're getting. I'm bored. I'm bored. I don't want to do anything productive. Like, I've got plenty of stuff to do, but I don't want to do anything, which I feel is pretty common with folks right now. Like, there's stuff we could do to be productive, but we don't want to, and it's okay. So, like, if you don't want to learn a new language during the pandemic, that's fine. Don't do it. If you don't want to learn to cross stitch, don't. It's fine. If you just want to sit there and play fishdom on your phone for hours at a time, that's okay too. So, I thought that I would do one of these, like, get to know me videos. I've seen a lot of these going around that folks have been tagging each other. I was not tagged because my channel is small and nobody knows about me to, like, tag me in anything. So I'm just going to take it anyways from another channel. So these are the questions that Patty's Chance Halls answered. And I liked her questions a little better. Like, I've seen some of them, they're like, what's your greatest fear? I'm like, really putting that on the internet. Anyways, so I like these questions a little bit better. So I'm gonna go through these like 15 get to know me questions. I don't know, somebody might watch and that's cool, but I don't want to do anything productive. So I'm gonna make a video about me instead. Okay, first one is, what month were you born in? November. I am a late November baby, and sometimes I end up with my birthday on Thanksgiving. I happen to think it is the best month of the year to be born in, and I'm sure everybody feels the same way about their month, but November is the best. Next up, what is your zodiac sign? This should not be a surprise to folks who know me in real life, but I am a Sagittarius. Sagittarians are known for a lot of things. We tend to be a little more outgoing, talkative, sometimes impulsive, a little self-centered, a whole host of things. But we also have a lot of serial killers who are, Sagittarians. But yeah, definitely Sagittarius. What was your worst subject? So this is interesting. So my worst subject was calculus, which is weird, and I'll tell you why. So, sorry. I don't mind math as a whole, and there are some maths that I'm actually really, really good at. So I will just preface this. My undergrad degree, this isn't one of the questions, my undergrad degree is in art history, which sounds really cool when you're, a sophomore and declaring your major and you just want to look at paintings and talk about it. And it was great and it was a fantastic experience. It taught me how to write really well. However, second semester your junior year, you realize that if you have an art history degree, you make $0, and that's not great. So you realize that you've got to go to grad school for something else, and you end up going to business school to get your MBA. So second semester junior year, I realized that, oh crap, I'm not going to make any money if I stay in art history. Therefore, I was either going to go to law school or I was going to get my MBA. And it was just the timing and the applications, and that worked out. So I got accepted to business school, but I didn't have any of the prerequisites at all. So I had to take a bunch of prerequisites, including pre-calc. And I sucked at pre-calc, just absolutely sucked. Horrible at pre-calc. It was a struggle. Now, I do really well in, I think it's more of like visual numbers. I can't do conceptual math. So calculus, algebra, not my jam. I was great at geometry. I kick ass in accounting. Like, I did really, really well in accounting. I advise my sororities chapters in like budgeting, like balance sheets and all of that. I was great at finance, statistics, but calc, there's just something about like conceptual math that I cannot do. It's just not it doesn't sit right in my brain. So, physics, I was actually really good at physics, but like beginner's physics, the physics that doesn't require you to have algebra or calculus. Beginner's physics, I was fantastic at, but like calculus, not my jam. Horrible. Horrible. What is your favorite cereal? I don't really have a favorite cereal. I think, like, I like a mix of cereals sometimes. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't want, like, just one cereal in a bowl. I want, like, a couple of different cereals. Like, I've got some chocolate checks, but I also have rice checks. So I like mixing the rice checks with the chocolate checks with, like, a little bit of something else in there. The reason why I don't really like that is because I don't really like milk. I'm mildly lactose intolerant, so I do use almond milk, but I don't really care about cereal very much. If it's there, I'll eat it, but if it's not, I prefer like a more savory breakfast, and sometimes I think even a lot of those like breakfast cereals are kind of sweet. So, what is your favorite color? Can I say black? Because black is my favorite color. I love black. I would say green too. I do like green. But I think it changes over time. Like, I remember being really into green, like, late high school through college, and then it moved to red. Like, my colors in my wedding were red and white, and now it's, like, gray and neutral. So I think it kind of shifts, but I love black. Black. My last 3 cars were black. My husband wouldn't let me get a black car this time. Not that he wouldn't let me. He was like, can we please get a gray car? I'm like, ugh, fine. Anyways, what is your favorite type of sandwich? I'm gonna sound like Pay now. I'm not a big fan of sandwiches either. I don't know what it is. I don't like a sandwich. You know what it is? I don't like mushy bread with mushy in between. So if I'm gonna eat a sandwich, it needs to be like a grilled sandwich. So any sort of like grilled panini, hard, crusty sandwich, that I'm into. So if it was like a grilled ham and cheese or a grilled something where the bread is toasty, but not toasted, because sometimes it gets like soggy. If I have a choice between a sandwich and anything else, I will not take the sandwich. Anyways, so, but like if it's mushy bread and mushy food, like a tuna fish sandwich on 2 pieces of like white bread, can't do it. It's like a texture thing. Like, it's a texture, like mushy food and mushy. No, I don't do it. But if it was like tuna fish on crackers, because the cracker is hard and crunchy and it offsets the mushy of the tuna fish, that's fine. On another note, I also don't like nuts in muffins for the same reason, because the hard nut ruins the nice soft consistency of the muffin. Part of the reasons why I named my channel Confident Notions is because I have notions about a lot of things. This is one of them. Okay, what's your favorite kind of car? So I'll be honest with you. I drove a Volkswagen Jetta for like 10 years, and I actually love my Jetta. I love a small car. I love a small sedan that is not too small, but like gets around. So right now I have like a big ass SUV, which I like I feel like I'm driving a tank, and it's a very nice vehicle. I have a Volkswagen Atlas, which it's very nice. But honestly, like the next car, I want a car again. So I don't know like series of cars, but I really want a Mercedes. Just like a Mercedes sedan. Oh, I love those so much. Anyways, favorite board games. I don't like board games. This is terrible. Like, I'm going through this. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm not a great board game player. I don't know what it was. I think when I was growing up, it was just like me and my brother playing board games, and I was highly competitive, and I might have cheated on board games. And so like I would just use board games to figure out a way to like outsmart and win and just be done with it. So I never like enjoyed the act of board gaming. So I'll do it like if there's nothing else going on. My husband really likes board games and his family likes board games, so like I'll play. I have a lot more fun if I'm drinking when I play a board game, but just like a let's sit down and stratego, I don't do it. I'm not great at it. Where did you grow up? So, fun fact, I grew up in West Virginia. I grew up in the northern panhandle of West Virginia. It's that strip that sticks up between Pennsylvania and Ohio. It's about 5 miles across, and there are a couple of small towns there, and that's where I grew up. So, it's so close. Like literally, like you come down the hill, like the mountain that my parents live on, and then you're on a road, and then here's the Ohio River, and then here's a bridge, and there's Ohio. So So that is where I grew up. I do not live there anymore, obviously, but my parents do still live there. It's about 40 minutes to Pittsburgh from there. So when I say like I grew up outside of Pittsburgh, that it kind of goes along with that, because nobody really like realizes that West Virginia sticks up that far. What is your favorite Disney character? On It was terrible. I'm not a Disney person. If I had to choose, so Beauty and the Beast was my favorite fairy tale growing up. Like, absolutely, hands down, favorite fairy tale. And I remember when Beauty and the Beast came out in the theaters, and I saw it in the theaters like 3 times. I love it. It is my favorite. So Belle is my favorite Disney character, because she is a badass and she doesn't take any crap from anybody. Speaking of notions, I don't know if you saw this like going around a while ago. It was probably like a year ago, but somebody did like a presentation on why Belle should have chose Gaston over the Beast. Not for love or anything like that, but the time that the Beauty and the Beast is set, it's like right before the French Revolution, and like 20 years later, like probably they would have been raided and beheaded, because when the peasants rose up in France and like had the revolution, like Les Mis and all that shit. So she probably wouldn't have lasted, but if she had chosen Gaston, she would have been fine. Anyways, just saying. Who are your heroes? So this is kind of weird. Like, I don't look up or aspire to be like any public figures or anything like that. There are groups that I look up to. So I look up to strong women who aren't afraid to speak their mind and are tired of a lot of the bullshit that they run into in the corporate space. Just women who are constantly being mansplained and just tired of everybody's shit. Right? So those are my heroes, like people who step outside of the box, who aren't afraid to speak their mind, who believe that you do the right thing regardless of the consequences, you know, that you keep doing it's from Frozen too, right? You keep doing the next right thing, whatever that right thing is. And people who stand up for that, those are my heroes. So, what is your favorite store? My favorite store was The Limited. And when I tell you that I was devastated when I saw the going out of business signs, I mean, I was devastated. I have clothes from Limited that are 3 different sizes, sitting in bags somewhere. They're old now, right? But I can't get rid of them. I'm like, I'm never gonna have it again. What if this comes back in style? It's Limited. I can't ever let it go. So Limited was my favorite store, and I miss it desperately. So much. So much. Okay. Have you ever performed on stage? Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, but yes. Yes, I have. So when I was in high school and college, I was in plays and musicals and stuff like that. I have performed on stage multiple times. My singing voice is good, but it's not great. But I'm like way better like an actor on stage. I have also been a public speaker in a couple of different settings. I spoke at a conference in Paris last year. So I've definitely performed and done public speaking. I goes back to being a Sagittarius. We just love we love the attention. Also in my career, part of what has kind of like being a sales manager and then also being a corporate sales trainer and now running sales enablement, I have facilitated a multitude of classes and sessions and things like that. So being in front of a group of people and performing served me very well in my later career. Did I go to a private or public school? Public. So for high school, definitely public school, West Virginia education. My freshman year in college, I went to a private all-women's college in Virginia, and I very quickly realized the error of my ways, and then I transferred to the University of Pittsburgh. Big old public school. All right, and the last question. Who was my celebrity crush growing up? John Bon Jovi. Hands down, John Bon Jovi. I have loved that man since I was like 10. I love me some John Bon Jovi for a multitude of reasons, and I could go on and do a whole John Bon Jovi video about him. I will tell you though, so in recent years, John Bon Jovi has embraced going gray. And I gotta tell you, like, it's really hard when your childhood idols and like your childhood crushes are now like old and gray. And he didn't have to be. Like, I appreciate that he's like, look, I'm John Bon Jovi, I don't give a fuck, I'm still like really hot. I'm gonna do what I wanna do and I'm gonna go gray. But the last time I saw them in concert, the last time they were in Raleigh, and I've seen Bon Jovi in concert like a lot of times, like 10 plus times. He was gray then, and it was rough for me. Like, I could still like close my eyes and I hear him, and he was still amazing on stage, but there was just a little bit that it took it out of me because he was gray. Your advancing age, when your idols get old. So anyways, so that was 15 things about me. That was fun. I like that. So I hope you like that, and maybe you'll watch it. That'd be cool. So if you want to do those questions too, I'll post them down in the description box just in case you want to do those yourself. And I hope everybody's staying sane and healthy and not picking your nose and all that good stuff. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.